Just a trigger warning, this video is going to discuss domestic violence. A lot of you have been commenting and tagging me in videos about Steven Crowder. And if I'm being perfectly honest, I had no idea who he was. So I looked him up and I see that he's a conservative podcaster who's in the news right now because he's in the middle of a divorce and video was leaked of him berating his pregnant wife. And I can see why a lot of you tagged me in these videos. But to me, the fact that Steven Crowder is a conservative podcaster is irrelevant in this situation. Domestic violence knows no party lines. I've known plenty of men that voted Democrat and abused their wives. And while I know there's men out there that have been abused by their spouses and significant others, this is an issue that disproportionately affects a high number of women. I know thanks to the Andrew Tates of the world and all the alpha males out there that think there's a war on men and a war on masculinity. There's nothing wrong with being masculine. It's the toxic part that's an issue. The toxic part of masculinity that makes you verbally abuse your 8-month pregnant with twins wife. And another issue with the pearls of the world who believe women should be submissive to their husbands and attack the feminist movement without even realizing how dangerous that conversation is and how it more often than not leads to domestic violence. Women need to be empowered. Women need to be financially independent for these very scenarios. A lot of the cases of women not being able to leave is because they don't have financial independence and they feel stuck. They feel like they don't have anywhere to go or anyone to turn to. An abuser's main tool is isolating their victims and controlling them financially. I know there's a lot of emotional aspects tied to those situations also, but having that safety net of independence really helps in those situations, which is why these conversations coming from people on the right are so dangerous. And the longer they go on, we'll see a rise in domestic violence cases. Empowering women in the feminist movement has nothing to do with attacking men. Just like any movement by a marginalized group isn't a war on anyone else. It's a movement stemmed from oppression, discrimination, abuse, in a way to combat the violence and inequality for these groups. And the sooner people will understand that, the sooner we can all be on the same page. If you or anyone you know is a victim of domestic violence, please reach out to this hotline. Help is available.